Hello, everybody, and welcome to another one of my little thrilling adventures, I suppose. Well, this one, of course, you can see what this one's all about, I hope. The Green Lady of Wahiawa. This was a thrilling adventure. Sarah gave me some information on it, and I'll tell you before I start the thing. This is after the fact. What happened? This is many years ago. They say a mother would cross the gulch and not the bridge or any other roads. She was so afraid of them being hit by a car of some or something. No matter what she did, the children still got lost in the forest and they were never found again. It says she was so upset or desperate, depressed, she died not too long after. Woman is green, they say. She has a horrible smell. It's because of all the dead plant matter on her rotting away. That's what they say. This is after Sarah doing 3 papers on this person. What we saw. Like I said, we were headed across the bridge. Going home. It was almost a week or 2 before Christmas. We got pretty much paid for the last one that we did. And, I was in a lot of pain. I had scrapes and bruises and such all about. We were headed to the airport. And we were crossing a bridge. It was late at night. I was about to go to sleep as I got a little nudged by Sarah. I'm so tired. She said, "Look at that lady. Oh, look at that woman downstairs," is what she said, down in the gulch. It's like, what? What do you mean? What gulch? Down there. So I looked over the car doors we were going past, and there was a woman crossing a river of some sort. I don't know. She was going the opposite way we were. Sarah said we should stop, help her out. Give her a ride. Mike decided it was a good idea to do this. Oh, Jim, sorry, Jim. Jim was our client beforehand. That was a good idea. So we pulled over. We got out and we got down. It took us about a good 10, 20 minutes to get down to where she was at. She was still trying to climb the thing. She'd climb, she'd slide down. No big deal. Well, Jim asked her, what is she looking for? She said her children. They lagged behind, they got lost. Oh, Sarah emphasized with her, but she was getting some empathy from her. Feeding off the empathy. Sarah's good at that. Good on playing with people's emotions at some point too, but that's another story. So we decided, okay, we'll check this out. We'll help her find her kids. And we asked where the kids were. She said they were up in the forest. They went in the forest. She thinks she lost them in the forest. we said where? He said down that way, you know. Well, okay, well, we did drive through a forest. I suppose I was half asleep. I don't know. Jim said, I know exactly what you look, where we're going. I said, get in the car and we'll drive down there. It's like, dude, it's almost Christmas. It's not that far from Christmas. It's only a couple of days. He said, dude, don't worry about it. We'll get you to your pagan holiday. I said, it's not a pagan holiday. It's a Christian holiday. It was this whole day before Christmas being Yule and whatnot. It's like, better watch out for Krampus. I was like, what the He chuckled at me, so did Sarah. I was like, oh, man. So, we got in the vehicle. Of course, you know, discussions included this Krampus, and discussions included me saying, what the hell did they mean? Sarah, being a Wicca, she tried to explain to me what it meant, but I wasn't paying too much attention. Jim was just laughing at me. He's a, oh man. He's a jackass sometimes. So, we drive down to the forest. Woman didn't speak much of anything. Sarah asked her a couple of questions. What her kids look like. You know, your basic questions. She described them from head to toe. Of course, I didn't pay attention. Nor me, I didn't care. And, me and Jim went down one path, and her and Sarah went down another. Never got the lady's name. So we're going down this path, and we're yelling for the kids' names. I don't want to even attempt to even remember these weird names. Typical me. Right, just typical me. So, we go down there. We start looking for them. These kids are probably long gone by now. Every so often, I'd hear Sarah's voice in the background, and me and Jim would stop. We didn't hear the woman's voice next to her. You know, you'd think since this woman's lost her kids, she'd be shouting their names, right? You'd think she would be. But you didn't. I called Sarah on the phone. It was a bit staticky, but I got in. Let's meet back at the car in a couple of hours. Around 4 or 5 o'clock. Which she agreed to. Because it'd be too late to even look for anybody. Stupid us, we thought we should call the police too. So, you know. But we didn't. Like I said, stupid us. So as we're going down through there, Jim said, I'm going to go catch up with Sarah. I said, that's fine, dude. I'm going to look a little bit further. I'm going to go back to the car because it was getting late. I said, man, I shouldn't let Jim go alone. So, me still being in a bit of pain from those soldiers, those night marchers, I went down there. Back in there like a fool with a flash, but not without a flashlight. No, I took a flashlight. Not being stupid, unlike Jim, who went with his phone light on. That's dumb. And my ignorant self, after an hour, I decided to call Jim's phone. It was dead. So I'm marching down there, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, this is gonna be kind of late. I want to get home. I want to get back. I want to get to the airport. We got a flight tomorrow. to get home. So as I go about looking for him, I start hearing noises like leaves crack, branches cracking and creeping. And this smell, this god awful smell. I mean, it smelled like dead plants and animals. So I go down there further and deeper and deeper. I stumble across something. It's Jim, all wrapped up in vines, with a limb wrapped around his mouth. He's at a wide-eyed and he's muffling something, and I'm like, okay, hold on, man. Let me see if I can't get you out of this. Luckily the idiot didn't die on me. As I came back, and then see me. I come prepared for just about anything since what happened the last time. Went up there and pulled out a hatchet out of the back of the seat. It was a hand hatchet. Went back to see his trunk and this bag that I brought with me. I brought a couple of other things too. I wasn't stupid this time, like I was last time. I put the hatchet on my belt, pulled out a flare gun, loaded a flare into it. Wasn't an ordinary flare though. It was a modified flare gun to shoot shotgun shells. Well, not shotgun shells, more like a slug. It was kind of like a pistol shotgun that could break your wrist. But I wasn't taking a chance. So I loaded it up and took a couple more slugs with me and went down there. I cut Max out, and every time Jim out, every time I cut one of these branches, I heard a scream. So I decided to do more and more cutting until I finally got him out. Jim looked at me and was like, "What the hell did you just do?" I said, "Man, I cut you out of I cut you out of whatever that was and saved your life." He said, "No, what the hell was that scream?" I said, "I don't know, man." So I said, "Here, man." I tossed him the little hand cannon. He said, "What's this?" I said, "It's not a flare gun." So what is it? It's a very short shotgun. Well, I call it the hand cannon. He called it the wrist breaker. I'll get that in a minute. So we're looking around and we finally see Sarah. She's hanging from a tree. Not too far, a good about 10, 15 feet off the ground. She's not dyed up as much as Jim was, though. I mean, a swipe of the vine could get her down. The thing is that one of us would have to catch her. Because literally that fall would kill somebody. The way she was tied up and what would have killed her. She couldn't brace herself. So I said, okay, man, I got the hatchet. I'll get up there. I'll cut it down. You catch her. He said, well, me. I said, dude, you're bigger than I am. You're over 275 pounds of almost pure muscle, and you're wondering why you. So I climb up there. I start cutting at the vines. I start hearing that sound again. So I pull my arm all the way back, and I just swing that hatchet one last time, and it cuts the vine quick. I'm not playing around. Jim gets Sarah untied. She's shaken, but not dead. Jim gets her, and we start asking some questions as she calms down. She said, the lady. I said, what lady? The green lady. I said, what green lady? She said, the lady turned into some plant creature and attacked me and Jim. And he said, no, I saw a little kid. Little kid attacked me. Oh, it looked like a kid. That's what he said. He said if that's true, then there's one more, at least two more kids down here. At least 3 kids and their mother. Let's get out of here. Not wanting to waste time, I grabbed Sarah by the hand and get her in front of us. Tell her to run as fast as she can back to the car. We start hearing some noises in the background, some noises around us, me and Jim. We look around. I say, Jim, you better pull that. If you see something, you pull that trigger. And I don't mean miss. You miss, we're dead. He asked me what I was going to do. I pulled out my knife, another hand, and hatchet in the other. Said, well, I'm going to go at it with whatever comes at me. You watch mine, I'll watch yours. We started hearing some noise, then the little kid figure, like shadow, comes out of the woods and rushes us. Jim points the gun to him, and just bam, the slug hits him dead in the head. Jim's waving his wrist. He's like, oh, what the man? Said, dude, I told you. It's a very short shotgun with a slug. So he pops in another shell. He's got at least 2 more. After this shot, he's got 2 more. I brought 4. I brought 5. Sorry. 4 or 5. Ah, it escapes me. It's a blur. Well, next thing I know, one comes towards me. Jumps on me. I stab it dead in the head with a knife. Kick it to the ground and cut its head off. It stung, though. It just stung. It's like when it jumped on me, it was like, I don't know, it was like spikes digging into your skin and worming its way through your body. It's like when you get pricked by a thorn, but it just goes deeper into you. It's like it would rip and tear at you if it got a chance. Oh, I said, Jim, man, there's one more, and at least a woman. Jim looked around, saw some rustlings in the tree. The little thing jumped on me. I backhanded as hard as I could. Jim turned around and shot it dead in the head. Oh, but those claws, like whenever they scratch you, it's like a viper biting you deeper. It's like it just rakes against your skin, but deep. It's like every bit is like it's an inch deep into your skin, ripping and tearing at it. And we heard her. He loaded it up as quick as he could. She knocked the gun off him and knocked him to the ground. Like if a man, a wrestler, a 250-pound wrestler just slapped you across the face. It stung. He said it stung that bad. Jim hit her. Then she just, I don't know what she did. That he said she pulled back her fist and it just hit him like a freaking Mack truck. He went sailing 5 feet away so fast. It was like a 18-wheeler with the engine of a freaking jetliner. She came right at me, but it wasn't. It was at a slow and steady pace. I wasn't gonna rush her because I knew if I rushed her, I'd wind up like Jim. But I knew I had to get to the gun, and the gun was about a good 3 feet away. So what I had to do, well, I had to do what I had to do. I do what I do for a reason. She came at me and she was about to use her claws to scratch me because when she came at me quick. She was pissed. She rushed me. I threw my knife at her. She moved out of the way just as she was about to throw her claw. I rolled out of the way underneath her and chopped at her, I don't know, her Achilles tendon on her foot. It was like hitting a hardwood. It vibrated my very wrist, my bones. But it hit hard and she screamed loud. Whatever was coming out of her was not blood. It was too green. Then it turned clear and nearly sealed up completely with the hatchet in tow. I rolled over towards the gun. I picked it up. But I didn't shoot her immediately, no. I knew if I missed, that was the last shot. I wouldn't have another. And I knew my knife wasn't going to do anything. Not at short range. I waited till she came over and she picked me up. Her vines, she sunk her fingers like vines deep into my throat, and they started to make me choke. It's like she was reaching into my throat and wrapping her very hands around my esophagus, my voice box itself. It's like her claws were going into my vocal cords, down through my throat, into my lungs. I was gagging, I was choking up, coughing up blood. I managed to raise the dagger to her, near her throat, and I stabbed down into it. She screamed. As she dropped me, I coughed up some blood. Then I pulled the gun, put the gun up to her chest, and pulled the trigger. Boom! It was so loud it made my ears ring because it was so close. The soothing sound was so loud it could pierce your very eardrums like a needle going through your eye. The pain was so intense it's like someone was stabbing you in the ear with thorns. So small they were like needles. Her chest blew open. She dropped to her knees, and just to make sure she was dead, I pulled the hatchet from her ankle. And with one blow, I buried that hatchet deep into her skull. The police arrived soon after. Me and Jim were put into the hospital. Jim for a concussion, me for internal bleeding. I'm in some pain still, that's why my voice is the way it is. Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna have to clean my hand. And this computer screen and possibly the mic. No. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this one. I know it was a long one, but I wanted to do this one because I didn't do twist to it because of what's going on. I like doing these improvising, and you know I improv every bit of this. This was all improv. That's why the words were messed up. But I quickly recovered from it. And I'm glad, and I hope you enjoyed this one, because I enjoyed doing this one. I might make longer ones, and some might be shorter. It all depends. But this is the last one, and this the Hawaii. I might come up with another one for Christmas. I don't know. I'm wanting to do one. I just want to get more lore on it first, so it might not happen this year. It might come next year. So, yeah. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you did enjoy this one. That said, good luck and good night.